Welcome back to Good Dates Gone Bad. I'm your host Lee, and I have a guest today. This is Ashley. She's actually been on the show before, so thanks for coming back.
Hey everybody.
Welcome back. Yay. We are actually here, live location, Mojito's Bistro and Bistro Corners at the Fort. So we're going to enjoy a mojito and talk to you guys.
Thank you, Fernandez family. Thank you for the support.
Yes. So we actually have an interesting take on the Good Dates Gone Bad stories that we usually tell. She's not going to give me a story today. She's going to tell us about why she's not dating and why it's common that people are not dating right now. I have several friends that are actually single that are experiencing the same thing. So tell me, first of all, she's wearing a patch. This is one of the things that she does. It's one of her jobs.
Oh yeah, we're sponsored today by LifeWave and Louis. So LifeWave is your patch. It's reflecting my infrared energy and giving me the joy that I need in my life for today's turbulent geopolitical era.
That's right. Because you know, dating used to be a lot easier, right? You could go to a bar.
It used to be fun. That was
meet someone.
something.
We're in a bar right now, but you could go. We're in a restaurant, but you could go to a bar and be a single woman and sit there. And I mean, heck, I could sit there and not have a drink, and someone would offer me a drink, right? And then you get to know them and you talk to them and you decide, oh, do I want to date them? Do I care enough to go out with this person? Or you could just go out with your friends one night and go hang out at a dance club and meet people. It's not so easy when you get to be of a certain age anymore, and especially now with all the online dating. And people aren't always telling the truth of who they are. You don't always get what you see in the profile pictures, right? So this is like an epidemic. It truly is. I mean, to be single, and after a while they say that hormones, they make a woman realize that I don't GAF anymore. Like, I'm not going to mother you anymore, so I'm not going to put up with your nonsense. So a lot of women, especially after they've had kids, they prefer, 50s and older. They'd rather just be alone. It's easier. It's just easier.
Could be, yeah. It's treacherous out there sometimes. It can be dangerous, outright dangerous.
Yes, dangerous. It can be, yeah. So, okay, now you were telling me,
Yeah.
and it can be comical, but it's not always that funny because it's frustrating. But you've gone on dates. So you were on. Do you have are you on one of the platforms? Which one were you on?
No, I don't do the platforms because every time I got on one of the platforms, it either showed me my boss or like somebody
awkward.
that I
Especially
knew.
if you get paired with them.
Oh, it was so embarrassing. I literally went by my boss the next day after this had shown up, and I was like, go away, no. Because if I saw you, maybe you saw me, and I don't want that happening. And I swear the next day, everything was different at the office, and I was like, oh, he saw me.
He saw me.
He saw me. It was
Well,
not
you're
good.
hot. What's the big deal? Okay, so now you're saying that.
But anyway, no, I got burned on the platforms because it was either the boss or somebody I already knew. Like when it was like this rabbit hole of like, okay, I'm gonna get arthritis of the thumb because it was like no. It's like it's so. I don't know how many times I can scroll and not see one thing that is like appetizing, but. If it's a menu, I'm not going to the restaurant, so whatever. But yeah, and then it was the people I knew. It was like I go down this rabbit hole, and then it's like, go date David Giselle. No, that's not happening. That was 30 years ago, and Dave's happily married in Dallas. We don't want him. No, he wasn't on the app then. No.
She's not saying that. But anyway, I know what
no,
you
that
mean.
was one example. He was a friend of mine, and I was like, oh my gosh, I invested so much time. And now I'm I do consulting with cybersecurity, and I don't really trust who is who, especially when they're like super good looking, look like they have their stuff together, they work out. I think men with kids are great because you should be a parent. I'm a parent. You got to kind of get that, or else maybe you're more on the selfish type. So it's really hard to validate identity.
Yeah.
We need new tools. Speaking of which, my company Scramble ID is going to have the person-to-person validation tool, so that in dating apps in the future, it'll be like a mini background check.
It's not an AI person.
Not an AI person.
And it's not like, That is so scary because that is happening too. Just like there's actors, that AI actors, just really pissing off Hollywood, right? I would upset me too. But so you have to avoid the pitfalls, common pitfalls of making sure that it's the legitimate person.
Yeah.
And then you have to try to arrange some kind of a date. Like how? So
let's talk about the screening before you get to the date. So I do the screening protocol, right? Like I got to screen you a little bit, just like we're trying to screen the incessant spam calls. Like, okay, so we're screening. So like, let's look at last night's messages. Okay, shall we? Okay.
Evidence.
So, hi. That's it. Just hi. Or hey. That's my favorite.
Want like
you
a
know
wave.
I love that.
Do they want? How about if you just did the wave emoji?
I mean, there's a wave, there's a poke, right? Poke, 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 whatever. But like, I mean, I'd like more than one syllable.
That's a lonely ass person.
More than 2 to 3 letters would be nice. I even got some happy hump day and happy belated hump day. Good morning, good night, good morning, good night, good morning, good night. I mean, I would love if somebody was original and said, I love that leopard outfit that you were wearing. How's your day going? Not just, hi. Okay.
How about a phone number? What's your phone number? And you talk on the phone. You ever heard of that? Wow.
So I've sent my phone number
that's
to
like mind-blowing,
some
right?
fellas, and I was like, hey, give me a call.
And why didn't they call? They just chirp crickets?
I don't really know, but they don't want to hear my voice. They want a pen pal and they want to message back and forth. So
that
all
is
this
so cowardly.
messaging, how's your day going and stuff, and they want to dig in my life.
Maybe they're
but
not really available. Because if they were, why aren't you just calling? And then like, why don't you really want to get together? I mean, if it's all about trying to hook up, right?
Yeah.
Usually it's about people trying to have sex. They're blowing up your phone. Now, are they even available at all?
Yeah.
Probably not.
See, I think it's fakery. I think that if you want to friend me Facebook or met me through another friend or want to get my phone number, it should be get on the phone, see if you vibe, have the energy connection, and then make a date. And for a first date, I always say, meet me at the gym. Because it's a neutral, safe, third-party space, and I'm a fledgling bodybuilder, and I'm into fitness, and nobody will go meet me at the gym, which is kind of crazy. Like, I don't know, why won't they meet me at the gym?
That is weird. I don't know. I have been at the gym working out, and I've had guys come up to me and hit on me at the gym. So why are they? I mean, and they were buff dudes. So what's the problem?
I've been looking at the gym for a good-looking guy, and my trainer told me one morning a couple months ago that there was a guy that showed up at 6 a.m. you know, fitting my qualifications. But listen, I mean, if you say, hey, Ash, I want to go out with you, what do you want to do? And I say, meet me at Crunch in a few days, whatever. And you go, that's what? Like, and you like huff at me or something, and you like sarcastically criticize my suggestion.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm really going to be too excited. I mean, is that gentlemanly? Is that a gentleman?
Well, I think that there's a lot of things that we're talking about here because number one, they're intimidated by you, which is, I mean, it's hard to not be intimidated by you.
Being intimidated by me? I'm like,
no,
what am
I don't think
I?
that's a weakness. I think that's just factual. They're just would be intimidated by you, and it's a lot to live up to. Maybe they don't work out as hard as you did when you won that championship. So you know they think, okay, but you don't work out like that right now. That's just something that you set as a goal and you attained it.
Yeah, I mean,
so you want goal-driven people.
Well, I've always been
people that are healthy-minded, and you want them to not be, chronic drug users and alcoholics and all these things, right? You want someone that's healthy that can be compatible.
Well, it should, to me, be intimidating if, like, I am somebody who, to prove a point, I mean, I'm in holistic wellness, quantum biology, I went to grad school for integral health, I'm also in software, I'm multi-talented, you can't really box me in. So if you're interested in me, you would show interest in the things that I'm interested in, which is health and wellness and all that. And like it's gonna go into like the smoothie to the conversation of like, where would you love to have dinner, because I'm a foodie and I'm gonna want some mojitos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want that yummy black beans over here and the steak or something. But I think if you can't take time enough to get to know me a little bit or show interest,
which is
in
normal
what
to do.
I think in the old days, if you wanted to court a girl, you would compliment her. You would go where she went. You would say, let's do something you like to do. You want to go out on a boat, and I'll hold your umbrella or something like that, or take you fishing, or do you have any handyman jobs for me to help you with, or hey, let's go get our cars washed, the sun's out, something fun, take a walk. I mean, you know, trying to get me 2 martinis under the table and like, you know, I mean, no, I'm not.
That's just boring to me.
It's lame.
That is like, I mean, you know, you always want a guy that's willing to fight for you, and one that's interested enough that's he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up for you and be there for you to support you too. You want someone that's gonna be your friend. That's gonna
You
be
want
the
the
core.
jewels. You got to romance the stone a little.
That's right. You do have to remain. Amen, sister. You do, but you have to be a friend first.
Well, and
If you
what's
want
your
it to
love?
last-
What's your love language?
If you want it to
Oh
last,
boy, what's your love language? What is your love language?
I'm acts of service all the time. Like, I love it when people help me. I have on my refrigerator, how can I help you today? Happiness in the Home 101. And it's because I ask everybody that question. What can I do to help you today? I know you got a busy day. What can I do for you? Whether it's making dinner or whatever, cleaning, but
I love
like
to
to
cook.
be asked
I
that
love to
too.
cook for people. I love to make soup.
yep.
And you're a baker. You're an amazing
I like to make
baker.
soup. I like to make soup. But I do like. I'm service oriented. I don't need to be showered with praise. Oh, you're so wonderful.
And I don't want all the gifts either. Really,
No, I'm not a gift person.
No.
I'm fine giving gifts, but
I mean,
I'm
I
not,
like some flowers every once in a while, but really not. It's not flowers.
I don't need
die,
shower
and
with gifts. No.
I'd rather have you plant some plants by my mailbox.
Yes, so you like acts of service.
Service is very good, and kind words, because
Yes.
every day we go through stressful situations with people, usually many times unfortunately in our own families, and when we can encounter kindness and an interest in things, that shows you're paying attention and not just doing the generic, like copy. Are you an AI robot or are you a human being?
Yeah.
Is really kind of the question these days. Are you acting like a robot or are you human? And I should be intimidating to anybody. I'm a Christian. I'm a healer. I love growing business. I love giving people free media advice.
You're very good at PR.
Very passionate. Part of my acts of service is always being available to give people some support or listen. And just listen really is what most people need. And I just think that if you want to date anybody, but especially me, you need to be listening, even listening with your eyes, paying attention, you know?
Yep. You want someone that's going to show up, and it starts with calling and setting up a real date.
Hey, old
Imagine
fashioned.
that.
What's your number? What's your number?
Yeah. Well, imagine that.
And it's
then you
lit.
can actually program it in her phone.
So you could ask me to go to church with you. I love going to church.
And don't you think that's so ridiculous? Now, to me, that's cowardly. If someone's not even willing to go on an actual date, even if it's just to humor you and go meet you at your gym, how hard is that, okay? She's not asking to work out with them. She's just saying, this is a place that's my comfort zone. It's like a second home. It has been for a while. And why not just
It's
go?
like my turf. I think as a woman in this day and age, wouldn't you want for your daughter, your sister who's single, maybe newly dating, whatever, because I don't date a lot. It's always kind of new for me.
Well, you haven't been because you can't get somebody to...
No, we're not going there. Okay, wait. But yeah, childcare can be a problem. But when you're available, it'd be nice to text somebody and say, hey, I've got 3 hours to kill. Would you like to meet up? But I really don't have anybody that has shown enough interest in making an invitation. Like, I get things more like, so when are we getting together? which puts a lot of energy into my space where it's like, oh my gosh, now I gotta look at my calendar. Am I supposed to come up with an idea of what we're supposed to do? Like, now I'm the planner. So when are we getting together? Like, when are you coming to see me? Nah, I don't think so. No. When are you coming to see me?
Did you ever go on, did you ever get asked out on a date in a creative way, like in college?
Like painting?
Like someone creatively asked you on a date. I actually had a guy in college that somehow he worked it out with my roommate because it was
you mean forward
and
planning?
he gave me this clock from, I think it was Japan, and it was the black and white cat that was waving like this, and its eyes were going deep, 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 like that. And it had an alarm set. It was an alarm clock.
That sounds like a marriage proposal.
And he hid it under my bed, and it went off.
Wow.
And on the belly of it, it said, "Will you go to this dance?" Sadie Hawkins, the girls asked the guy, but that's the only one the girls are supposed to ask the guy. But it was a guy asked girl dance, and it was like a thing he put on the belly, and the eyes are going like this as the alarm's going. It scared me to death. But I ended up going with him on this date. He was really cute too. But did you ever have anybody ask you in a creative way?
No, but I did once. I tried to get a date with Matthew from Friends.
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. He was the guy that I wanted to date, and I feel like I could have changed his life. God bless your soul.
Yeah.
And I wrote this handwritten letter to his agent, included photos and my I think I had like my talent resume because I was almost SAG. I had been in a movie, a couple movies, TV shows. I was doing some acting. I was moving to New York City, and I wanted to be an actress. And I was in love with Matthew Perry, and I wrote the most heartfelt letter ever in my life to his agent, who I don't know if he ever delivered it or not, but
you're a good writer.
I tried to make an impact with that. That was on the push side. But let's see, receiving invite for a date. Yes, I got invited to Chicago. Hey, I have tickets to Wrigley Field.
I know what you mean.
Wrigley Field.
I knew Wrigley.
I'd never been there before. My family grew up in Racine, Wisconsin. But anyway, I got invited to stay in a fancy hotel and do
your own room,
a Michelin restaurant, all the things. And I said, okay. That was pretty big.
And you went.
So, yeah. So,
and did you ever go, and you had a nice time?
Yeah, we had a nice time. And eventually the fella, he's not local. I'm in Atlanta and he's up there in Ohio. So he just eventually decided that he wanted a local girlfriend, and that's fine for people. I don't need a local, I don't have a lot of time, so I could probably be maybe not the best girl. Maybe that's why they don't want to date me in advance. They're like, oh, she's just too busy. I'm just going to, treat her like a plaything or something, or I don't know.
But at least go on a date.
I know a date would be great. I feel like I could make time
shut it down
for the right person.
Yeah.
We make time. Like, we move mountains to love, right?
You do. You make time. I do. When you really want to do something,
It
and
only
they really want to
happens
do
a few
something, you make
times.
time.
It only happens a few times
Yeah.
in life. I think when we look back at the relationships that we had, the true loves, and I don't believe in necessarily one monogamy for life. And scientific research says nowadays you have maybe 3-ish life-ish
True.
type partners.
Because
your
you are
life
always evolving.
Yeah, and your
always
life
evolving.
kind of breaks into these thirds, kind of. A lot of people, I have girlfriends and been married about 5 times. It's not unheard of. But me with my one, I think it's probably not over.
No.
There's probably another one, but if you can't meet at the gym and you can't do a multi-syllabic sentence, I'm a grammarian, I'm a writer, I like writing. I think you should wow me with some poetry. Oh, the poetry. I've had some Shakespeare moments. Shakespeare. I like the Shakespeare.
You know, I don't mind a little poetry, especially if it's sweet and well intended.
If somebody come up tomorrow and invite me
We
to the
don't need to
Wuthering,
rhyme with the body parts. You know what I mean?
somebody needs to invite me to the Wuthering Heights movie because they know that I watched all of the Wuthering Heights movies since 1939 because I'm a movie reviewer with my love it and hate her, content. I review movies, and so if somebody really wanted to impress me, they would be like, I know you love movies, and
Let's
I
go
know
see this
you
movie."
love barbecue nachos at Moe's because I saw your Google review and you're a Google guide reviewer. So I want to take you to Wuthering Heights after the barbecue nachos, and I will be like, I'll probably be like putty.
Just don't invite me to your home on the first date. That's not cool. So look,
And don't tell me no to the gym.
no, exactly. So look, guys, if you're watching, you want to date her, say it in the comments. We'll maybe arrange for a phone date, not a one-sentence text.
Text info to leevalentina.com.
Yeah. And look, stay tuned for more Good Dates Gone Bad.